Hi, I'm Mark. I have an oven in my car and little to no experience in baking. Join me as I bake in my car. Welcome back to another episode of Baked in My Car. Today we're camped on Warramai country, and if you like dessert and coffee, this one's for you. We're going to be learning how to make tiramisu. Here are the ingredients you're going to need. Here's a list you can screenshot for later. Now we've got a boiler kettle to make some coffee. We're using an electric kettle as a chance to test out our new Victron Multiplus inverter. Once your water's boiled, it's time to make the coffee. We're using a Wakako coffee maker, but you could just as easily use instant. You want to make about 1 or 2 cups of coffee and pour it into a bowl. After you're done with this, leave it somewhere to cool down. Now onto the cream. We're going to add 1.5 cups of thickened cream to a bowl. Measure out 1/3 of a cup of caster sugar and put it aside. Now we're going to whip the cream. We're using an electric beater, but you could also use a power drill with one of these attached to it. While that's beating, slowly add in the sugar. We're using a cheap mix master and it's pulling about 7 amps from the 12 volt system. When you're done, the whipped cream should look something like this. Now add the mascarpone to the cream. Fold it into the mixture and it should look something like this when you're done. Now add a splash of Kahlua to the coffee bowl. Now dip the ladyfingers in the coffee. It's a bit easier if you use a bigger bowl because we had a bit of trouble soaking the entire biscuit at one time. Now evenly lay the ladyfingers out into a container like this. Our first layer is finished, so now it's time to spread the cream over the biscuits. Use only half the cream so you've got enough to cover your second layer. Once you finish the first layer, it's time for round 2. Add a second layer, doing exactly the same steps you did the first time. Then add the rest of the cream on the top. Once this is done, it's time for the fun part. We're going to be dusting the top with some cocoa powder. We didn't have a sieve, so we used this egg skimmer, and it did a good enough job. Once it's done, leave it in the fridge for a few hours to soak up the flavours and go and enjoy camp. I used the time to go for a bit of a sail and had an absolute blast. You may recognise this little sailboat from a video we did cooking chili con carne. If sailing's your jam, make sure you go back through the channel and check out some of our other boat videos. Many hours later. When it's time for dessert, whip out the tiramisu and share it with your friends. This probably could have used a little bit more time in the fridge and a little more coffee on the biscuits, but it was still delicious, so I'm not complaining. And there you have it, tiramisu, all cooked in your car. Thank you for watching Baked in My Car. Make sure to like and subscribe and to follow us on Instagram at Baked in My Car.